I never really believed in the paranormal things or anything like that. I'm the kind of person who would be the last to believe in such things, but what happened last night changed everything. It was around 10 p.m. I was comfortably settled on the couch, watching the series on Netflix. The soft light from the screen illuminated the room. While the silence of the house was broken only by the characters' voices, my phone was beside me when it suddenly vibrated. Instinctively, I picked it up and saw a message from an unknown number. A number that definitely wasn't in my contacts. Curiosity took over. When I opened the conversation, a wave of dread washed over me. You are being watched. I tried to convince myself it was just a friend playing its prank. But the idea quickly faded when another message arrived. Look out the window. I thought about ignoring it. It was just some random number, and the idea of looking outside felt absurdly risky. But a strange sensation, like a voice inside urging me to act, led me to rise. The night was dark, and I could see nothing beyond the shadows of my bushes. Another message. Now you don't see. Anxiety settled in my chest. I replied, almost pleading, "What do you want from me?" A quick response came, "Leave me alone." The tension escalated, as if the atmosphere around me were thickening. The next message made me freeze. "Come to the back door." My heart raced. Reluctantly, I walked to the back. The feeling of being watched growing with each step. I sent a message, "I'm here." The silence was deafening. With the courage I didn't know I had, I opened the door. My backyard was well lit, but the darkness seemed to swallow everything around me. The air felt heavy, and there was a sweet, almost nauseating smell that made me uneasy. Now you see, the message echoed in my mind. I looked into the darkness. At first nothing, but then something caught my eye in the bushes. I put on my glasses, trying to see better. What I saw made my blood run cold. A humanoid figure, distorted and shadowy, was there, watching me. Its eyes were not eyes at all, but deep voids that seemed to absorb the light. I felt a shiver run down my spine, and before I could react, the figure sprinted towards me. I slammed the door shut and locked it immediately, my heart pounding wildly. The thing banged on the door with a tremendous force, a sound echoing as if it were testing the house's resistance. Silence. I called the police while making sure all the windows were secure. I peeked through the peephole, but saw nothing. The darkness now felt dense, as if it was alive. The police arrived but found nothing. Relief mixed with confusion made no sense. After they left, I couldn't sleep. What was that thing? What did it want? The messages continued to echo in my mind, like a constant whisper reminding me that I wasn't alone. The next day I received another message, this one without warning. You thought you were free. The moment of peace I longed for never came. Days dragged on, and the messages kept coming. Sometimes they were just unsettling words, "I am close," or "You cannot escape." But other times there were distorted images, as if someone were trying to show me the very existence of terror. I knew I couldn't go on like this. I needed to find out what was happening. I started researching stories of hauntings, abductions, and strange sightings. I discovered accounts of people who had encountered similar figures, beings that seemed to feed off fear, hiding in the shadows, always watching and always waiting. One night I was getting ready for bed. My phone vibrated again. It was a message. You still don't understand. The air felt heavy, and the temperature dropped abruptly. A sense of despair overwhelmed me. I went to the window and looked outside. The darkness seemed to pulse, as if it was alive. And then I saw it. The figure, now closer, clearer. It was no longer just a shadow. It was a grotesque creature with scaly skin and eyes that looked too deep, empty and full of malice. The creature smiled, and I realized the true terror was just beginning. In the back of my mind, a voice whispered, "You should never have looked." I came to Reddit to seek help and advice on what to do. I can't sleep. With that feeling of being watched, the sinister smile still in my head. If anyone has encountered that thing and managed to survive, please help me.